Hello, everybody. I'm Matt Taylor. Welcome to Spitball, and I'm here with my good buddy,
Kyle Amundsen.
Jesus Christ, who's here now?
Oh, fuck, is that PJ?
Kyle, Matt.
What the fuck are you doing
I
here?
didn't expect to see you guys here.
What's going on?
Wow, the Royal Highness Dave Badeau gave me a key to the city, and I was just coming to check out when Chai and Booze was here, but God, it smells like sex in here.
Well, we are spitballing. Well, cool.
Hey, and I just figured I would stop in here. Excuse me. Excuse me. Out of my way. Out of my way.
You brought your own headset?
Yeah, well, I always wear the throne,
Oh.
It's, you don't have to get that close to people to hear them in the social distancing area.
Right, but you do have to get close to your microphone.
I have to. There are rules.
There are.
So
what's in the
You
bag?
Scoot in on just a little bit
Oh,
on me here. If you're gonna crash the party, we got to get close. We got to.
Well, I didn't know you guys were going to be here. It's Tuesday. It's not Sunday.
Yeah, well,
This
it
is my schedule, not your schedule.
right. Well, we are in the COVID era, so we can pretty much make our own schedule now.
Yes, we all have nothing to do but everything to do at the same time.
Exactly. What do you got? A bag of goodies or what?
Well, I have been experimenting with in this social distancing. I've been experimenting with Italian ice cream. What a great idea, huh?
Right. Why not?
I mean, why not? So we have a vanilla, and we have a chocolate chip, and we have a strawberry. So your Neapolitan flavors. So the idea is, with my new restaurant, Slice on Oak, we are going to have homemade gelato every day.
So what is gelato? It's just ice cream?
It is Italian ice cream. It is, it's a healthier ice cream. So it's like smoking light cigarettes. You know what I mean? So light cigarettes are better for you than regular cigarettes. Everybody knows
100%.
that.
They're
Everybody knows
100%
that.
better than
They're the salad of the cigarette world.
So the idea is the fat content's down. It's made with milk and sugar, which is the whole concept. And it's all natural, really, really good, really great flavors. I have a bunch of spoons here.
we'll just use the same spoon.
No double dipping.
Oh.
You know,
that's a good point.
Yeah.
So, like back in the day, in the Eclectic Cafe, we had a company that was trying to convince us to do gelato, and they brought us down and had us look at this machine that they wanted $25,000
Yes.
for, and they were like,
Wow.
Yeah, it's really expensive,
Yeah.
and they were like, yeah, this is great, and you're gonna make a killing on it, and I just thought it sucked.
Yep. Well,
So is that what you're doing?
it is and it's not.
Sucking?
Well, I do a lot of that.
Yeah.
So, but there's two different ways to make it. You can make it with a pre-done liquid, like you would at a Dairy Queen, where they just pour it in and there you go. There, or at Culver's, and boom, there you go. You have ice cream. Or you can make it from scratch.
How dare you? Culver's is frozen custard.
Yes.
And that was really fucking good.
It's really good. It's really good. So, Kyle, don't pretend like you're not going to eat it. I know you're on a diet. We just talked about that,
Yeah.
So,
It's
but
really not in my diet.
it's not, huh? Let's just watch.
I'm
Matt
just
eat it.
waiting for Matt to feed it to me.
Oh, he will. Probably not. He probably won't share. This stuff is actually really, really good. I mean, and it's at the perfect temperature. And that's the thing about gelato. 23 degrees is what you want your gelato to be at.
Man, that's good.
My daughter actually made all this stuff today. So,
So if it sucks, you're blaming her?
no, I know it doesn't suck, and she's very, very, very passionate about it, and it's honestly really good. And so what you're looking for, what's different from ice cream is, this is how I explain it to people who ate ice cream their whole life. Remember when you would stir your ice cream really, really fast, and mix the chocolate syrup in, and then you would have this really kind of like soft serve kind of milkshake?
Yeah.
That's the idea of gelato, is that it's not hard frozen, and so you don't scoop it. You use a spade and you put it in a little cup, and you put a little mound on top. So it's not normally like, oh, here's a cone of gelato. That's not a thing.
So, you're not getting a bag of shit and putting it in a machine and it's just...
No, I'm taking milk, sugar, and stabilizers. And I would talk about the stabilizers, but then I'd have to kill you because that's what makes it different. But you take milk and then you put more powdered milk in there, so you're like taking whole milk and making whole milk like extra strong. So you rehydrate regular milk with powdered milk, and then you add dextrose and you add Pecremosa, and you add all of these things, Diamond 50, things like nobody knows what those things are until somebody tells you.
And does it require like a big machine?
I do have a big machine. I do have that $23,000
You are
machine.
a big machine.
I know I am.
Man, that shit's great. So this is going to be available at the Slice on Oak?
Slice on Oak, yep. And so it'll be available for delivery, in-house. So when you walk into Slice, and I don't want to spoil the surprise for anybody when they walk in, but you kind of walk down, everybody's been to Giovanni's, or maybe you haven't, but you kind of walk down an alleyway, and what you'll come to is this window where we'll have all the pizzas already cooked. And so you could get a slice or you can order a pizza. It's whatever you want to do. And so you'll see the ones that are done, and then we'll reheat the slice for you. So, it comes from what pizza came from is, the original pizzas back in the, 1890s were cooked during the day and then wrapped in paper. And guys would put them in their sack and go to work. And then they would heat them up on like the furnaces at work. And so they would have these warm pizzas. Now, they're not the pizzas that we know today, but the pizza that I'll be making is New York style, so very thin crust, really big, long slices, and so, and if you want to get a tour of New York City, you could watch Pizza Reviews with Dave Bortner on YouTube, and it takes about 7 minutes a day. He, probably about a year ago, decided to review all pizza in New York because he loves pizza. So he eats what he calls a fastball, okay? And that's just a cheese pizza. No frills, no must, no nothing.
Was that the guy that walks out the door and
yes.
does the
one bite,
review on the
everybody knows.
sidewalk?
One bite, everybody knows the rules. And he says that before he eats it, but he takes like 9 bites of everything. So it's like it's the most ironic thing, but it's funny. But you get to understand the different style of pizzas, and there's in Manhattan and New York City proper, there's 587 pizzerias. So if you go into Jersey, then you're looking at another 120 that pop up.
So you're not going to be doing like the buffet.
No, I don't do buffet. I will be doing buffet in a weird way. I have buffet of beer.
What does that mean?
Exactly. I was waiting for you to ask. I didn't think you were going to.
Okay, that's great, PJ. I'm glad you stopped in.
Thanks for stopping in. We got some calls to make.
So it is. If you are of drinking age, you come in. We give we check your ID, and then we give you a bracelet. And then you walk over to our wall. You put your bracelet up, and you can pour.
I know. It's like a keg party.
Yes, very much like it. Little different. Every time you pour, you have to pay.
Not like a keg party at all.
No.
But
no.
they're still red Solo cups.
Yes. No.
This is nothing like
you
I
must
have
you must have went to
envisioned
a rich school. They were clear plastic where I went. There was no red Solo. It was the most flimsiest 10-ounce glass you could
Yeah,
ever
we
have.
didn't have the red cups either.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was a rich kid, so.
Kyle was in Pine River, and they just poured it in the pig trough, and they all just licked
Right.
out of it.
Pocket full of beer.
So you can just go and you pour your own beer?
Yes, and so you have an RFID bracelet on you, and for anybody who's sitting there going, oh, God, minors are going to start drinking, it's the same risk as being at the local and having a minor drink because they would have to get it from somebody who's 21. If you take the bracelet off, it disengages, and it can't be slid onto somebody else's wrist. So
Interesting.
and then you can try a bunch of beers, without, you don't have to take a full glass. I just want a little bit of this, or my pizza's here. I'm going to have a half a glass of Coors Light, and then I'm going to finish with a nice IPA, or whatever you want to do.
Well,
And we'll have
that
wine.
sounds very cool.
And we'll have wine, red wine, and white wine on tap also for everybody who likes wine. So
On tap?
on tap,
Really?
yeah.
That's called a box, PJ.
Yeah, it used to be. So they do.
That's how I drink my wine.
They keg wine now in a regular.
shit.
Yep. So, and you would think it would be cheaper.
Right. Well, actually, I mean, even box wine, like I actually do love box wine.
Yep.
But I mean, if you buy good box wine, it's not really, I mean, it's probably less expensive than if you're buying that same wine by the bottle, but it's not cheap wine.
No, it's not cheap wine. No, and the thing is when you get to wine and you understand wine, and I'm not even close to there, but I have people in my contact that are very, very, very knowledgeable in wine. But if you own a great winery, like there's places in like Sonoma that you can only bottle so much from your winery.
Right.
And so they have this leftover juice. Well, where does it go? They can't tell you where it goes. So it ends up somewhere. And somebody blends it with something else, or
Right.
they put
And
it
then-
underneath a different label, but they can't say that it's from this area. And so the box wine and bulk wine market, if you're in the know and you know somebody, you could end up with some really, really nice kegged wine.
Interesting, okay.
But you can't tell anybody where it came from.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah. So
Yeah, so that's cool. And you'll be able to like just go up and pour your like
Yep.
it's just like a keg.
and yes, yeah, no, it's like a tap system wall. So if it was like what a bartender would be at, they just taps all the way across. So let's say it spans.
Like the beautiful tap system at the 9th Street Social Club.
Yes. Well, mine won't be as nice.
Right, okay.
But it'll be like 10 feet long, all stainless steel, gold plated, lights, laser shows, fog machines, kind of like this one.
Exactly. Perfect.
I mean,
Yeah, just
so,
like this.
but no, it's 10 feet long and they're about 7 inches apart from each other. And there's a screen up there that says what it is, what the flavor profile is, what the alcohol is. And yeah, no.
Wow. When do Kyle and I get to come and do the
we do an episode there and
soft
get
open
hooked
tour?
up.
Yes, we can do an episode there. We'll do an episode with the bracelets on. We'll show everybody how it works before the place opens. I think that's a
right.
great idea.
Let's do it.
So,
Yeah.
but I've been working on the pizza, and today I failed.
Oh,
I failed. I thought I nailed my first try, and so then I went for a bigger batch, and I reduced the water amount because I thought I knew what I was doing.
so yeah, pizza's not like really in your culinary background, right?
It is in the sense that it's dough, and
Okay.
in the sense that I understand dough, but it's a science, and it's
Right.
just like this. This is science.
This is just spitballing
No, I was pointing over you, under you, at you.
at the ice cream, at the gelato.
So I didn't really get much of a reaction. Just kind of like, oh,
man, it's fucking delicious.
yeah.
Very good.
Yep.
If I wanted to get some of this, could I get it curbside somewhere?
Oh,
right
you
now?
definitely can get it curbside right now at the local Thursday through Saturday. So I will say if you do want it and we post the flavors, I would get your orders in pretty quickly. We sell out. I had 3 orders last week of just gelato. People bought 10 pints.
Crazy.
No food.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it is.
Yeah. Well, yes, it's dessert.
Yeah.
It's the first course.
No, it's delicious. So what again are these flavors? This one is
That's a chocolate chip.
chocolate chip. Delicious.
So a little bitter flavor,
Yep.
but not overly sweet. But so if you like dark chocolate, that's what you're gonna like. That's just a plain vanilla.
Yeah,
and that
which is
really
very good. And you can even it has like a little vanilla bean in
Yes,
there. Yeah,
very-
you can
yep,
actually
yep.
like see the little block.
And then we just have a strawberry,
Yeah.
So, but we normally have coffee and we have pistachio. The people who have eaten the pistachio have. I never really thought pistachio was a thing.
oh,
It's our number 1 seller.
Really?
I mean, out of everything. I thought the coffee
That's-
would be.
but, like that's one of my I really like just a good vanilla
Yep.
ice cream, but one of my weaknesses is pistachio ice cream.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
so-
have to give that a try.
So no, it's delicious. It's made from 100% pistachios, no food coloring, nothing like that. So
Really?
so it's not like anything you've probably had before.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure not.
So and I thought about this in Minnesota. If you were going to go get homemade ice cream, where are you going?
Well, I don't know.
Me neither. Now I do.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
That's
625 Oak Street. So yeah, slice on oak. So the idea is slices of pizza. We'll have very fresh, vibrant salads. Our salads will come with directions on them. When you get them delivered, we'll have the dressing on top and pour the dressing in and shake it all around and throw it out. So everything won't be. It'll be the same but better than what you can get at most places. Chicken wings.
But not it's not the kind of thing where you're going to go and sit down and the server's going to come over and serve you.
No,
It's
no, there is no service.
So you come up.
Yeah,
to
there's
the-
no service.
Yep.
It's paper plates too.
Kind of like I think of like Pizza Luce
Yes.
in
Yep.
Minneapolis
Yep.
style, where you come up and you get your pizza by the slice, or you order your pizza and that's it.
Yep, and
Yeah, I
that
think
is it.
that's
So
awesome.
so there's no service, and the idea was that I could always have it run by kids, and that it'll be an institution. It'll be like a kids type employment place, and And so it's right by the high school. It's a perfect date night thing. A slice of salad and some gelato, and then off to a football game or a movie, or even for us, if you and I wanted to go and have a slice, a soda,
Yeah,
and a salad.
I'm in for
Yeah.
a date.
I thought you were clumsily asking Matt to go on a date.
No,
I just
I don't
did.
think he was clumsily asking.
Literally did.
I think he was very cleverly asking.
Nice. Thanks. That was nice.
So,
Thank you, honey.
the Emperor Badeau gave you this key?
He did. Well, when he appointed me head of sanitation of Brainerd.
Oh,
Yeah. So yeah,
you're not really doing a very good job.
You're not going to get some use out of that
Well,
tower.
no, it's like Tony Soprano. That the head of sanitation.
Right,
Right.
Right.
That's what I take
get
care
you.
of.
Yeah, you take care of it.
And forget about it.
Forget about it. Yeah, so this thing will just get you in anywhere?
Anywhere, actually, where I'm going next is right across to Yesterday's Gone. Because I didn't see anything here.
Yeah, Rob.
I don't know where
They're
it went.
home.
Yeah,
They're,
drinking. Yeah.
I'm assuming so.
I bet he's got his feet up.
I would think so.
Yeah, he's got his feet up.
I would think so. We're gonna check in with him a little bit later today.
Oh, we
so,
are.
yeah.
Nice.
Not
Well, I don't
you.
know if I'll be
Not
here.
you.
Yeah, I wasn't really invited. Actually, I didn't even expect to see you guys here. So,
well,
thanks for trying the gelato.
Yeah, it's awesome. We're gonna-
I expect you to eat the rest of it throughout.
Promise.
Ooh, promise.
Kyle
huh?
will eat all of it.
Well, thank you
Very
guys.
good. No, thank you.
You know,
man.
thank you,
It's good to
and,
see you. Stay safe.
Yep, we will see you later.
Yeah. All right. Oh, you don't forget your key. You'll never get into YG's. All right. Well, we're gonna make some phone calls in just a minute, so we'll be right back. All right. So on today's episode, what we're planning on doing is calling a bunch of people that we haven't really had an opportunity to talk to in a while because of the distancing. What do you think? You want to give Rob Lewis a shout first?
Definitely. Rob, our good buddy and and sometimes host.
Yeah, kind of
And,
patron, really.
Yeah. The operator of the 9th Street Social Club.
Yeah, well, let's give him a jingle and see what he's up to today.
Hello?
Hello, this is the government. We'd like to give you a loan.
Finally, guys. It's only been like 26 days since you shut me down.
You know.
So how are you doing, Mr. Lewis?
Good. I'm just getting my microchip inserted as we speak.
That's great. So,
They said that for sure they would send funds then.
Absolutely. If you're playing ball, they're cool.
That's
You're cool with
right.
that.
now, is that an anal insertion, or how do they do that? Do you know?
Well, I am talking to you guys. Come on.
I would assume it's a 3-finger anal insertion. That's how I want
Yeah.
my microchip inserted.
The encouraging words were cumbersome, so.
So what have you been doing? How you been staying busy, my friend?
Well, I've been taking long walks, long romantic walks with podcasts, listening to you guys and some other favorites that I have. Re-listen to the Jacob Leierling in the Dark, which, it's
Oh yeah.
rumbling, bumbling, stumbling podcast of law enforcement. So it was nice to revisit that. And I listen to a lot of hockey podcasts. As you know, I'm lonely for the game.
Yeah, that seems weird that there is such a thing as a hockey podcast. But I've come to find out that there's a podcast about fucking everything. So
There is, and it's a little overwhelming at times. It's a little overwhelming.
yeah,
There's podcasts that talk about shitty TV shows that should be in top 5. There's hockey podcasts. There's baseball podcasts.
Hey, if you're jonesing for some actual sports stuff, from like a real sport, the NFL draft is actually going to be on a week from Thursday. The first round starts at 7:00 at night.
That was a nice little dig. I got to ask you a personal question though about football.
Sure.
If there was any sport that would be the most challenging to come back in these restrictions, what is it other than that, or MMA, or
Oof, the
even
toughest would be
entertainment like wrestling? I mean, that is straight body on body. Let's get weird stuff.
yeah.
I mean, hockey gets there too, but football, wow.
Baseball would probably be pretty easy because you're not close to each other and nothing happens.
That's really the only one that I can think of. I mean, everything else, basketball, even they're bodying up on each other when they're playing defense, and it's
Well, the
Yeah.
the UFC is actually talking about having an event on an island. I don't know if you,
what's that deal about?
yeah, I have no idea. I was listening to Rogan the other day, and they were talking about it, and Rogan was saying, I don't have any idea what the fuck they're talking about. Like, they haven't told him yet, and so I don't know.
I think Dana White thinks he's maybe God status now. I mean, it's unbelievable. I love the sport. I love watching it. Used to watch every month when it was just a monthly pay-per-view,
Oh.
but you can't keep up with the
Yeah,
weight
for
class.
me,
You
it's-
can't keep up
Yeah.
with
I
the
just
female fighters, which are awesome fighters, but it's too much to stay educated on it.
Yep, I agree 100%. I just can't. I don't care unless it's somebody I actually know fighting.
Yeah, it's tough to
Yeah.
keep up, and I've kind of lost that love and feeling.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm still waiting for GSP to fight again.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I would.
So one thing I did want to talk to you quick about before, while we have you on the phone, is that you recently put out a T-shirt, the "Be Social" at a from a distance. God, I can't. I just for some reason in my mind I always want to say at a distance. But yeah, I thought that was a pretty cool idea. How's that going for you?
It's going really well. We did a first run on them. I had to do it a little bit differently this time, and I chose the T-Hive to work with, who I haven't worked with before, and they've been very, very easy to work with. But to practice that message of social distancing, they did, I think, similar maybe to what you and Kyle have with the spitballing product. I never have to touch the product.
Right.
There's a store that's been built for my product. They ship it. It's very streamlined. The only problem I've seen with it is some people that submitted didn't understand where their T-shirts were when they chose local pickup. I don't know if that's something that's just
That's
supposed to magically happen.
that's user error right there. Like that's.
But I'm
yeah.
like, oh, you paid $20 for your shirt, not $24.95 to have it shipped or whatever.
Right.
So the only hard part about it is, fielding those calls from friends and customers of the bar and asking me questions when I don't have control over this one specific order. But
Right.
getting away from the little troubles and trials and tribulations, it went really well. We're on a second run. Done a lot of social media blasting. I don't always like it when I receive that stuff, so if anybody's sick of seeing my stuff, too bad. It's going to keep coming at you.
So tomorrow,
to,
well, and we're filming this on Tuesday, and I don't know if it'll be out by tomorrow, but on tomorrow, Wednesday,
Yeah, Wednesday the 15th. Yep.
you're doing a drawing for.
Yeah, we're going to do our first drawing for people that have shared, selfies and pictures to the page. I had a predetermined winner who was underage, so I had to go a different direction.
Right.
His name is Boo Boo.
Yes.
He's terribly cute. And
Well, I like the one with the two bald guys.
Yeah, I'm particularly fond of that one as well. We saw that Meta and I saw that picture of Boo Boo last night. For those of you who don't know, I don't know if you don't watch this fucking show. But Boo Boo is Kyle's incredibly cute grandchild, and he is in a Be Social from a Distance shirt, and it's really cute pictures. And I was
made my heart very full. Thank you for sharing that, Kyle.
I was like immediately like getting out Baby Yoda, and I'm like, I'm fucking doing it.
You have to. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I'd
So, yeah,
probably.
we're going to do that giveaway tomorrow. It's just a random one. It's going to be real simple. I'm going to throw some names in the hat, and the ones that have posted to the page, I'm going to include people that have that are like me and technically advanced and have just sent it to my personal Facebook page because I've shared those and done what I could do with them.
Yeah.
And we're going to do this one, and we'll probably do another one and announce the date. And it's just to get more people to do it, and we're not going to throw anybody out. Like if you entered the first time, you're going to be back in the second one. So
All right.
I'm not going to do a repeat winner, but we're going to keep everybody that keeps sending them in the loop, and try to stay positive and create some opportunities to come in and have some great cocktails.
Well-
maybe even made by you, Matt.
Yeah, maybe. The thing is, though, Rob, it's been really, really convenient that you guys have been closed down because it gives us the opportunity to do the spitballing whenever the fuck we want.
True.
So,
Yeah.
if you could just keep this going,
Cars
That-
restaurant, I know I can come into my place.
Right. It's been great. Well, man, I can't tell you how much I miss you, and I miss being here at the social club. I don't know. It's been tough, but we love you, brother.
Yeah, I love you guys too. The feeling's very mutual, and everybody out there that's listening, you realize real quick that people aren't your customers, and they're not really your friends. They're more family, especially in times of sport. And just the outreach has been amazing, and we really appreciate it over here in Baxter where we live. So
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Well, we can't wait to be back, and then when this whole shenanigans is over, you are committed to coming on the show, correct?
we'll get after it, buddy. You bet.
This will be the 17th time we've had you scheduled. All right. Well, again, Rob, love you, and we will see you very soon. What?
Here's one thing, though.
Oh, what's that?
I want to talk about your TV thing for 1 second.
Oh,
Take one
hit me.
second of your time.
My amazing TV list?
I still have 43 of yours to go, Matt, on your list. But one glaring omission, and Kyle, I expect more from you. The Wire. I'm watching it right now. Come on.
So,
Couldn't get into it. Watch the whole series.
yeah, I only watched season 1 and about half of season 2. And I lost
You're
interest
missing
as
out, buddy.
well.
It was okay,
Turn
you
up
know.
Star Wars Factor and turn up Baltimore and Drugs. It's great.
And I know that's one that you and Aaron just loved. And I gave it
I've
a.
watched it like 5 or 6 times through. And by the way, I'm going to give you both kudos on the newsroom.
Oh, yeah.
Equally as good show as The Wire. Fantastically done. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Rob, have you ever watched The Shield?
I did not, no. And what's really weird for me is a lot of the shows that everybody talks about, I work the nightlife. So when I watch something, which is
I love the
kind of
nightlife.
few and far between,
Out
it's
the
usually a
boogie.
binge. So. Yeah.
Right on. Well, if you get a chance, do you have Hulu?
What's that?
Do you have Hulu?
I do. Yes.
So if you go on Hulu, The Shield is another cop show. I think if you I think if you check out a couple episodes, I think that you'd like it. It kind of occupies that like almost the same, not quite as dramatic, not quite as smart as The Wire, but pretty damn good. But check it
I will
out.
put that on the list for sure.
All
And
right.
also, I want to. What's that pirate one you guys mentioned yesterday?
Black
Black
Sails.
Sails. Yeah, that one's
Yeah.
on. That's a Stars. Yep, that's a really good one.
And that you can watch that on Amazon, I believe.
Oh yeah, I think they are streaming that on Amazon. Awesome, man. All right, well we'll talk
All right,
soon,
guys.
brother. All right, thank you.
Be awesome. Can't wait to listen to the episode and hear how the other people you talk to. Everybody be well, be social from a distance, and take care of yourselves, please.
You too, brother.
Thanks, brother. Love you.
All right.
Bye.
Yep, love you too. Bye.
So next up, let's give our friend Trinity a call. Trinity's a friend of the show. She's been on once briefly when she,
Shaved Tharg's head.
yeah, man, that episode. I wanted to fucking kill him that day,
But we love him. We should call him.
just out of the blue. He wouldn't answer his phone.
No, fuck no, not a chance.
Hey,
Hey, Trent, how you doing?
I'm good.
Good. So I finally got this working. So, as you know, we're just calling out to a bunch of the folks that we know, and I just wanted to check in and see how you were doing and how you're dealing with all this bullshit going on.
Yeah, well, there's been better days.
I bet. It's got to be tough owning a little, salon right downtown here. It's not exactly something you can do at a distance, right?
Yeah, we've been out of business, I think, for going on 5 weeks this week.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's been quite the isolating process here. So, I'm not sure. I'm sure like the bars are probably in the same boat, but the restaurants, I think they can do to go and stuff. So that's nice for them. But
Yeah.
yeah, we haven't really seen anybody for a while.
What are you doing? You just hanging out at home?
Yeah, well, I have my daughter Juniper. She's almost 8. She'll be 8 in May, and we're doing the distance learning, which we just got back from a 4-day break. So this morning was yeah, fun time.
You know, that's actually quite a lot of work, isn't it? Like doing the distance learning thing.
It's it's a pretty big change. There's not really a ton of structure, and then they have the option, where they have a chat room. So that's pretty distracting. You have to keep on them pretty good to make sure they're not chatting when they're supposed to be doing their work. And
Right.
I'm not sure who's creating all this stuff. So
I don't know that anybody. I mean, like the thing is it's kind of on the fly.
yeah,
We're
no
lo-
offense to any teachers or anything,
No,
but I'm like,
no, but
I'm not sure what's going on.
No, I think that's 100% true. We're going to, a little bit later, we're going to talk to my sister Shelly, and I know that she's a teacher down in St. Cloud, and she works with pretty rough kids. And she's like, we were talking about, like, they told her, okay, put a program together in, 3 days or whatever, and then institute it. And she's like, what? Like, this is not, I don't know how to do this, You're asking me to do something. So I think it's a pretty difficult, that we've never gone through anything like this before.
Yeah, I've seen a few videos, and they're pretty creative. I mean, it looks like they're doing a pretty good job and having fun doing it. And I'm glad they're able to still contact and do this for the kids. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
We'll send you a link to our friend Danny's jiu-jitsu videos, so you guys can, when you just can't take the distance learning anymore, you guys can roll.
Practice some jiu-jitsu on each other.
Oh, it's
Exactly.
totally okay to choke out your 8-year-old. There's nothing wrong with that.
Not a problem.
Good. Well, Trin, miss you. Can't wait till all of this is over so I can come in and get my hair done. And
Yeah.
we still need to work
We
on
are
a wig.
selling wigs, or trying to sell wigs, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't found any dude ones on the site that I have, but I mean, I'm sure we can make a dude one out of a chick one for you.
We might have to do that. I don't know if you can. I know you can't see right now because this is a phone call, but I have shaved.
Right.
I've shaved into a Joe Exotic style mustache, and
Is it the
handlebar? Yes.
kind of handlebar? Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
hot.
I think I saw that on the Facebook.
And I am, but I'm still waiting for my mullet hat to come in the mail. But that's just a cheap one off of Amazon. We're gonna have to find like a really good quality mullet for me at some point.
Some Joe Dirt looking shit.
Yeah, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I just gotta one up Brandy Roach because she did a funny Facebook video.
That was a pretty good one, though.
Oh no, I got it covered. Well, anything else you want to say to folks, Tran?
Well, I mean, I was just hanging in there. I don't know a lot of other businesses if they're having problems with self-employment, unemployment. That seems to be a pretty big problem, and my heart goes out to all of you. Hang in there.
Yeah, you too.
Thanks, Trin.
All right, we'll talk soon.
Yep, bye.
All right, bye. All right, so next up, we're going to call one of our all-time favorite guests, Abby Getz.
For sure.
I think it was episode 22. I just remember that because I tell so many people about it. But yeah, Abby had a crazy story. And if you haven't seen that episode, you got the time to do it now. Go back and listen to it. So let's see what that crazy chick's got has going on or whatever. I don't know. I can't talk. I can't.
Words are hard.
Well, I can't do two things at once. Period. Like, so if I'm touching my phone, I can't talk. So.
Hello?
Hey, what are you wearing?
What's up?
Hey, guys.
How you doing, Abby?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
We're doing all right. We're being socialish.
Yeah.
Yeah, with each other, I hope.
Yeah,
Indeed.
Very. So
Thanks for the heads up on the hand sanitizer. Stopped over there and picked some up today.
You're welcome. I figured it was in the neighborhood, too, so it would work out well.
Perfectly. Thank you.
I just enjoyed Abby messaged me earlier and asked me if this was going to be audio only, and did she have to put on a bra?
I haven't. So
That is my major concern these days.
Yeah, minimal bra wearing is is okay.
I'm concerned with my own need for a bra with my recent weight gain. So
Yeah. So Kyle, as you may have realized, has been putting on some weight, and we're not making fun of him. We're not body shaming him over it. But you, on the other hand, said you were getting down there into your target, right?
I'm not at my target weight, but I made it into my goal jeans, which was one of my first goals with my weight loss. So
That's awesome.
well, fuck you then.
yeah, sorry, Kyle.
But I mean, I actually think that's almost like a better way of measuring than weight. I mean, weight's
Oh,
such
for
a
sure.
deceptive way to measure how diet is going. But when you start being able to put the pants that you've been wanting to put on back on, that's great. How are you doing
Yeah.
that? How are you doing that with all of this bullshit going on? Because it seems to me like I eat 17 square meals a day now. So
Yeah, the intermittent fasting isn't necessarily as on track as it was because the kids are home all day and it's harder to keep to a rigid schedule than it was. But my body seems to have kind of set itself to that clock now. So like I'm just not hungry during the day. Like I don't want to eat breakfast and lunch, if that makes sense.
no, I think
So
it
like
does.
I don't really think about it during the day, but I have found myself like eating earlier than I was, but I think I also stopped eating earlier than I did. So I think I'm just kind of naturally keeping to the same cycle without trying to force myself to. I don't know.
So how
I
long?
really haven't been trying to do the intermittent fasting, but I think I still kind of am without trying to.
What is your what is your eating Like how long is your eating window?
So I was doing, I have to think about this now. I was only eating for 6 hours a day. So
Gotcha.
that would be 18 hours of fasting, correct?
Yeah.
You got to remember I grew up in Crosby, so my math skills aren't super sharp.
We both just agreed with you without actually doing the math. So
Yeah, you could have said anything at that
Any
point. You could have said Jello, and we'd be like, "Gotcha!"
yeah,
Right on.
Jello. Kyle would have been like, Jello.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Where's that
sure
ice cream?
it's 18 hours of fasting and 6 hours of eating is how I was doing it. So, and because I'm more of like a night person, I was fasting until 4 p.m. and then I would eat between 4 p.m. and 10 p.m. and then I would go back on fasting until the next day.
Yeah. No, that
Gotcha.
makes. And then when you're eating, are you eating anything in particularly? Are you trying to eat healthy when you eat, or are you just going balls to the wall?
No, I don't eat. I don't go balls to the wall. I try to keep it under 1,200 calories. That's the only goal I've set for myself as far as quote unquote eating healthy. Is I try to keep it under 1,200 calories during my 6 hours.
I do
But
too.
that's really
like,
not
per
that
bite.
hard to do.
Right.
I mean,
A
you'd
1,200
really have
calorie
to
meal,
like
that's a-
try to eat
Right.
over 1,200 calories.
Right. But I've seen on Facebook you've
I
been.
guess I'm just an overachiever.
Well, Kyle, you would be able to. You would eat more than 1,200 calories in that time. But you guys have a slightly different body style, and you. But I've seen on Facebook you're making a lot of like really interesting, cool stuff. You got some time to cook, and I know you love to cook, right?
Yes. And I bought this Ninja Foodie.
How
I
do
don't
you-
know if you know what that is, but
I have like
fucking
its.
love it.
I have its like predecessor. So like I have like an old one. It's not a Ninja. Though,
Okay.
but yeah, but it's like a it's a crock pot as well as I mean it's almost everything. It could be a deep, right? It's that kind of thing.
Or is that the? Or do
Yeah,
you, do you have
so-
that? Because I bought Christine one of the air fryer ones.
Yeah, this is different than that. The air fryer ones are kind of cool, but well, tell us about yours.
Well,
What
this
is yours
has an
do?
air fryer too.
Okay, mine doesn't do that.
So I really wanted like the Instapot, like the pressure cooker thing,
Yep.
but I also really wanted like an air fryer. And so I've always liked the Ninja product line, like
Oh, dude, their
Shark and
blenders are
Ninja.
fucking amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Like they put out a quality product. So I started researching like what does Ninja have along those lines? Well, they have this thing called the Foodie, which is a pressure cooker, an air fryer, a crock pot, It sautés. It's a 9-in-1 is what it is.
No shit.
And it literally does pretty much anything you would want to do to food. You can bake in it. You can make yogurt. You can make beef jerky. You can pretty much do anything.
Interesting.
And yeah, it costs, I think I paid $240 for it because I got the 8-quart one, which is the biggest one. It's the Ninja XL. But I mean, I have a family of 4. I wanted to make sure I could cook
Right.
as much food as I wanted to in this thing. And it's like, if I'm going to invest in it, I'm going to get the big one that does everything, because otherwise, why spend the money?
Huh.
But I absolutely love it. And when I bought it, Mike's like, are you ever actually going to use this thing? Well, that was a week before we went on quarantine. And I think I've cooked in it almost every single day since then.
Well, so I have like kind of like an Instapot predecessor. I mean, I've had it for
Sure.
I don't even know, 7 years now. But for a long time, I had that and a toaster oven, and that was it. Like, I mean, and like I could make almost anything in it, but it doesn't have the air fryer part of it.
See, we've got that. Like ours
Yeah.
looks like the Ninja that we bought. It was like
Oh, it's a
$200
Ninja as well?
Yeah, but it was like it looks like a pizza oven, or like a what did you just say? The not a
toaster
pizza
oven.
The toaster oven. Yeah, it looks like a toaster oven.
Oh, yep.
It
Yep.
folds up, and then you like fold it down and shit. And
Yep.
But we've also got the Instapot too. And she doesn't use that very much, but we use that Ninja.
Now,
all
can
the
you
time.
can in that as well? Can you-
I don't know.
Okay.
I would think so, but
Well,
I honestly don't know.
'cause it has a pressure
but it's got
cooker,
the
right?
pressure cooker lid, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
so
you could
I would
can
think
in
that
it.
you could.
That's actually
Yeah.
why I originally bought mine, was just to do canning with it. I never have.
Yeah, so
He was making
just
a bomb.
looking at the front of it, it's got a pressure setting, a steam setting, slow cooker, yogurt, sear saute,
Fucking
air
yogurt.
crisp,
Like
broil.
what do you,
yeah.
how do you do yogurt in it? Like what?
I don't know, but I've heard it's amazing from my friends on Twitter. I just haven't went there
Interesting.
yet.
Huh.
You can bake and roast, or you can dehydrate. I've heard that beef jerky in there is amazing too, or you can do like dried fruit. But
Huh.
I haven't done that yet
so,
either. But
so it must
yeah.
be just like an Instapot, but with a convection oven setting. That's pretty awesome.
well, so it's got 2 different lids. So it's got like the lid that's attached to it, which is like your air crisper lid.
Okay.
And then it's got another lid that you use if you're going to pressure cook.
Interesting.
And some of the reviews I read online, people didn't like that you had to switch between the 2 lids. To me, it's a minor inconvenience to
Yeah.
be able to do anything you fucking want in one appliance.
Right. Right. Yeah. No, that's pretty
So-
awesome. And
And it gives you amazing results. Like on Easter, we did a chicken in there, and it's the second time I've done this. So you put the chicken in and you pressure cook it.
Yep.
And then when you're done with the pressure cooking setting, you switch the lids and turn it to air fry, and then it
Oh,
fries the outside of it.
that's
So you get this pressure cooked, juicy chicken that is also crispy on the outside without ever taking it out of the pot.
Fuck,
and
you
it
may-
does the whole thing in 45 minutes.
you may have just
It's
sold me on this
amazing.
thing,
Right.
right? Because
Oh my God.
I love
I fucking
cooking.
love it.
I love cooking like pot roast or chicken. You put a whole chicken in the thing, and it cooks it
Yep.
really fast, and it's all nice and juicy. But then you still have to finish it. I got to take it out and put it in the oven
Yep.
or whatever to finish it. Well, this is kind
Yep.
of all in one.
And
It
yeah,
is, and I did a pot roast the other day with the carrots and potatoes and everything in 40 minutes,
Yeah, no, yeah,
and it
that's
was delicious.
which usually if I'm doing pot roast, it's about 6 hours is about what I think.
Right.
You really need for a good
Right.
pot roast. But yeah, it just, and then I've done like have you tried doing like pulled pork in it?
We do pulled chicken. I haven't done pulled
Oh,
pork, but we do pulled
Same
chicken.
process, yeah.
Yeah,
Interesting.
and I've done pulled chicken barbecued. I've done it with buffalo sauce, and we do it for our tacos too.
Jeez, if we keep
and
talking about this, Kyle's gonna bite me.
man, right?
I can see it.
I am getting kind of hungry, and I'm.
But I can do pulled chicken in there in like 20 minutes or less,
Yeah.
depending on how much chicken I put in there.
Huh. Well, that's
And then I buy like stuff to do. Well, we've done chicken wings both raw, and if you do them raw, like if you buy the raw chicken wings to do it,
Mhm.
you pressure cook them first, and then you switch it over to the air fryer to get them crispy, and they're better than the restaurant. Mike says.
yeah.
I'm not a big chicken wing person, but Mike said they're the best chicken wings he's ever had.
Huh.
And then
You
we've
know-
also bought the frozen ones, and then with that, you just have to do the air crisper.
Just whatever you want to make, just leave it outside the door here. Like like a 10, 15-minute drive, whatever. Just let us know that's there. Knock on the door or something. We'll come out and get it. Whatever.
So is Mike still working at Subway, or are they? What are they?
Yeah,
How are they
if you
doing
would have
that?
ever told me that if we had a national crisis that Subway was a essential job, I would have laughed at you. But he's essential. So yeah, he's actually working 12-hour shifts.
Yeah. Well.
So he works open to close 4 days a week is
Yeah.
how he's running it, and that's by his choice. By the way, it's not like his owner told him this is what you have to do. That was Mike being a efficient manager and saying this is the best use of my staff time
Right.
because they cut back the hours. So he chose to run 4 shifts of just him because he needs to work 45 hours a week to get his salary. So he's actually working 48 hours a week by working 4 12-hour shifts. So he's doing that 4 days a week, and then he has 2 staff that work the other 3 days a week.
So that's kind of nice that you like. One of the issues that kind of comes up with people is that when it's never really nice to be like stuck at home all the time and not be able to do. But being stuck at home with your significant other all the time can get really tense, right? And I mean, in my position, Meta, she's essential. She's work all day. I'm working from home with LSS, but I'm still there all the time. But I know with a lot of people, both people are there home all the time. And so it's kind of weird because you have this, you're forced to be socially distanced from people, but then you have like this enforced intimacy. And it's like, that can only happen for so long. So it's kind of nice that Mike's out of the house, right?
Yeah, I mean, like in his world, really nothing has changed except for that we don't go play darts and stuff like that.
Right.
I mean, he still goes to work every day and comes home every night, and like not a lot has changed for him except for these 12-hour shifts, but he kind of likes it because now he gets 3-day weekends.
Yeah, that's cool.
So,
Nice.
I mean, to him, like, this isn't really that big of an inconvenience, except for the fact that we don't get to do the darts.
How has the distance learning thing been going for you?
Not bad, but I mean, I'm kind of an unfair example to use because my kids adapt really easy to these kind of settings, and so do I. And we have a very high-tech household with like all the Wi-Fi and stuff, so it was easy for us.
Well, that's good to hear.
So,
that's been a challenge for a lot of people. I think.
It has been. So, I mean, like for us to go to it, it wasn't a big deal at all. We live right in town. We have good high-speed internet, and the bus brings them lunch and breakfast every day.
Yeah,
so
I heard that Crosby
it's
was
been
doing that.
super
That's
nice.
very cool.
Yeah,
That's very cool.
it's kind of unfortunate that the other school districts weren't at first. I heard some of them are now, but yeah, we were from day one delivering lunches to anybody who wanted them.
Yeah,
so.
that's very cool. I know Brainerd's got 5 locations where they can go and pick them up, but like it's a big school district, so they aren't able to like deliver.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know what the whole deal is, but yeah, that's very cool that Crosby's doing that. Cool.
Well, and see, one of the other differences is we don't own our bus company. We contract with our bus company, so this was a way for us to still utilize that contract.
Oh, so you guys, so the school district would have ended up paying them regardless. So it's like, fuck it, put them to work.
Well, yeah, basically.
Is that
so
what it
it's
is?
like, because they're a subcontractor. I mean, we pay them a contract per year for their services.
Right. So you
it's
may
like,
as well.
let's keep using that contract. Let's keep
Oh.
these bus drivers working. So they do the pickup and deliver, or the delivery of our lunches, and then twice a week they run their PM bus routes and pick up and deliver all of the packets for the K through 2nd graders who don't do distance learning, who do packets,
Okay.
and plus anybody who don't have internet access also do packets,
Oh,
which there's a fairly decent number of people who fit that category in a rural school district like ours. So.
yeah. Huh. Cool. Crowds have got their shit together. Cool. Well, anything else you want to talk about, Abby?
I don't know.
Oh, I got something funny. Did you
been
listen?
watching a lot of TV.
Did
but
you
yeah,
listen to last
what's
week's
that?
episode?
I have not yet.
So-
Sorry, I've been watching
oh,
a lot of TV.
You don't have to
I've been
apologize.
kind of wrapped
But
up in it.
I just wanted to warn you about Kyle's joke. We were talking about some show, and we're talking about the Vikings, and talking about how we wanted to like storm an Abbey, and I said, "Oh, that's probably not a good idea. She'd probably kick our ass." And Kyle's like, "Well, we know she can take a hit to the head."
I didn't even remember that. Now I recall.
I just listened to it like the other day, and I kind
I
of
really need to go back and watch the episode now just so I can hear that.
I forgot he
Come
said
out of
it,
his dirty
and
little mouth.
I just I was like, oh my god, we say some fucking horrible shit to that woman.
Hey, so what have you been watching?
Oh, speaking of me taking a hit to the head, though, I did the Ancestry DNA thing. Did I tell you guys about that?
Oh, I saw you did it online, but I didn't really. Other than that,
No, what?
Yeah, so that I got the results back last Monday, and that has consumed a lot of my time over the last week.
Did you have a lot of Neanderthal markers?
You could not believe the rabbit hole that opens up.
so
What did you say,
well,
Kyle?
explain.
I asked if you had a lot of Neanderthal markers. That was the only.
I have a hard time understanding you, Kyle, for some reason. You're echoey.
When I took mine, the only thing interesting about mine was all the Neanderthal markers, like the high number. Did they count those on that one?
Did they count what?
Are you a Neanderthal?
Oh no,
Oh.
no, I'm a very white European.
So explain it to me. You get your ancestry DNA done, and then they give you what? They tell you what?
So they tell you like the breakdown of like your European heritage and all that stuff, which is kind of like what it's advertised to be. But they also then I went in and started building my family tree because I knew like names and dates of enough people to get it started. Well, then when you do that with your DNA matches of your genetic relatives in their database, and you overlay them, you get what they call through lines. So it then uses the information they have with your DNA and builds your family tree even further out. So I now have great-grandparents going back to my fifth great-grandparents on both sides of the family, all the way back to the 1700s.
Jesus.
Oh man.
So do you have anybody like really famous or cool?
Not that I could see, no, or not names that I recognized anyway. And it also confirmed my DNA, like my parentage, especially on my dad's side, because that one, I mean, I pretty much knew who my dad was, but you never know for sure, especially
Right.
in my situation. But it did confirm that who I was told was my father is in fact my father.
Interesting. Well, that's cool. Huh.
Yeah.
Darth Vader.
And I also paid the extra $50 to get my medical history because that was a big unknown.
Right.
So I don't have any surprises there. Basically, everything I was told is the only thing that showed up, and nothing scary showed up besides that. So
So have you been taking this opportunity to really hit the writing? Do we have the book? Is the book coming out soon?
Not yet. I'm working with an actual writer who has been busy. But she has some connections with publishing companies and stuff. So I really want to give her the time, even though she's been kind of putting it on the back burner. I really want to give her the time to work with her because I think she can do it right and actually get in with a publishing company and actually get it published instead of trying to self-publish. So I want to be patient and let it happen. I mean, I've waited this long. I don't need to push it along at this point. So
Yeah, but we're kind of in a hurry. So
I know.
cool. Well, Abby, I just got to say that your episode is, well, as we said, one of our favorite episodes, but it's the one that more people talk to me about than any other episode. We had on Eric Anderson.
That's good.
Oh yeah, we had on Eric Anderson, and who's a super awesome guy, but he's a big construction worker dude, and he was like, and his wife calls him what she call him
Fangirl.
fangirl. Yeah, because he loves spitballing, and every week he's talking about it, and she's like, you know, she calls him the fangirl, but then he got her to listen to that episode, and like he just said that she was just glued to it, and when you know, and then afterwards she was a little bit more forgiving when he wanted to listen to spitballing, but it's pretty cool.
Well, I'm glad I could draw in a more diverse audience for you.
Indeed.
Yeah, she listened to that episode and that episode alone.
Only, yeah.
But
Well, hey,
it was still a good one. Well, we definitely got to have you back on. Every time we talk to you, it's always so much fun. So we'll have to do that very soon, as soon as this
just quickly
shit is
though, what
over.
I've been watching,
Oh, yeah,
I've been
you-
doing
I forgot.
some back to the classics. Been rewatching Saved by the Bell with my daughter.
I saw
who-
you did that.
who
I was
loved
like,
it.
what? I mean, I never watched Saved by the Bell in the first place. Like,
Oh my God, I did.
I
That
mean-
was like my jam back in the 90s.
Well,
And then
you're-
I also
that makes
started
sense 'cause you're a little younger
rewatching
than us.
Star Trek: The Next Generation
oh, from the beginning.
on CBS All Access. Yeah, from episode 1.
Now, did you like that originally?
Oh, I did. Yeah, that's
Okay.
what got me into Star Trek was The Next Generation.
Okay, yeah, me too. Well, I mean, I was a little bit, yeah. I mean, maybe a little bit before that, but yeah, it's so good. Have you watched Picard?
I watched it with my dad, the original series. Like, he watched that a lot, and I watched that, but I didn't really get into that one. Like, I mean, it was okay, but when I started watching The Next Generation is when I really fell in love with Star Trek.
Yeah, me too, 100%. Have you watched Picard?
I haven't. I keep hearing, like, bad things about
oh
it,
my
so...
God, no! It's so fucking
Really?
good. I loved
Is it?
I absolutely loved it.
So I decided I was going to rewatch The Next Generation, and then when I get done with that, I'll watch Picard.
I
There you
mean,
go.
yeah, that's not a bad idea, though. You don't. I think you need to have like an underlying understanding of what the Next Generation to like get into Picard, because there's so many
Callbacks. Yeah.
and cameos, but it's not. I don't think you'd have to revisit it if you're familiar with the Next Generation. But I fucking loved the series. I thought it was great. And the first episode of it, I made it in 5 minutes before the fucking waterworks came on, and they stayed on the
Yeah.
entire episode. Yeah, it was so touching. But I know you won't even bat an eye, but still,
I won't.
I
Yeah,
really
I'm not as
think
emotional as you are, Matt.
I know, but I really think you'll like it. So you'll have to report back to that.
Oh, I'm sure I'll like it. I mean, Jean-Luc Picard is one of my favorite Star Trek people ever.
Yeah,
And I've
it's
I've
great.
watched several of the series and movies and everything, and he still is always been one of my favorite characters. But
Yeah, he's so good. Cool. All right. Well, sounds good. It's good to talk to you. And
Well, thanks for calling, guys.
You bet. And we'll talk to you as soon as the shit's done. You got to come back on.
I will.
All right. Sounds
All
good.
right, take care.
See you, Abs.
Take care. Bye, guys.
Bye. God, she's a great guest. We could just
Yeah.
like I love talking to her every time she's.
Yeah.
It's just it
I
flows.
think, well, for sure. And that was like 4 times as long as the rest of them, because
Right, because she
she's-
just
yeah,
is like
conversations.
in a conversationalist. Yeah.
Let's call your sister.
All right. So this is the other sage we know.
Our fact checker. If you're into that sort of thing.
Oh, check.
Facts, that is.
If you're into facts,
Yeah. A lot of people are not.
I have to. I can never remember what. I think this is the one. I have a couple of numbers for her. So this is my sister Shelly, hopefully, or some random lady. I mean, who knows?
Hello.
Hey, Shelly,
Hey, Matt.
how you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm good. I'm here with my good buddy.
Kyle Amundsen.
What are you up to?
Just sewing masks for the apocalypse.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
How many have you been doing? I've been seeing on Facebook. You doing a shit pile of them or what?
Yeah, I did an order of 20 last weekend, and then I got another order of like 15. So I have all this fabric that I need to use up. So.
Huh?
And then I'm donating the rest to local charities. So.
Really? So who are you actually
Yep.
making the masks for?
I get orders. I did a business wanted 20 of them for their workers, so I did that. And then I have a family who asked me to make them for them. And then, like I said, I know like the mental health centers here in St. Cloud need masks for their patients, so that's where the rest of them are going that I get finished.
Huh. Well, that's pretty cool. So,
Yeah.
So I on Facebook I saw a picture of your kind of like your setup. And I knew you had a pretty awesome setup, but looks pretty cool. You got all those, I don't know, spindles and shit. I don't know what any of it is, but
That's for my embroidery piece to my sewing machine. Yeah, I've got several $1,000 invested in my my setup here.
So you've pivoted from Baby Yoda making to masks.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fair enough.
Yep.
So we were talking a little bit earlier I don't remember who I was talking to, but about the whole like shift from going from in school teaching to doing the teaching at a distance. How was that transition for you?
Oh my God, it's the worst thing I've ever had to do. It's taking and I'm a little different than others. I work at a chemical dependency treatment program, and so I work with students with a lot of heavy behavioral needs. And so what I really do is make those connections, those relationships, get them excited about school again, get them being successful at school, liking school again, having a plan to graduate, and all those things you cannot do over Zoom. So it just really takes the power out of what I'm doing, and just back to the very bare bones, basic, do your worksheet kind of teaching, which isn't, as we know, a good model.
Especially not for kids in a adverse situation. Where
Exactly.
are the kids then? Did they just send them back home or?
Yep, they have a room that they use, and then I actually do go to work every day. It would drive me insane to work from home, so I actually do go to my classroom. I have a one-room schoolhouse, so I project on a Zoom from there for a couple hours a day.
Huh. And it's interesting that they chose to do Zoom, isn't it?
Well, there's no money for any technology.
Oh,
and our kiddos and our
makes
boys
sense.
can't have technology at this time. So I can't just send them to these fancy websites for them to do these web press things. It all has to be paper pencil. So.
Oh.
Yeah. It's very different. I mean, I don't know, it's really hard to explain where you take a job you love and you've done for 20 years and just turn it on. It's in 2 weeks being told to turn it on its head and still try to be successful and try to innovate. It's tough.
Yeah, well, it's a big order for sure,
Right.
sure. I mean, like in my day job too. I mean that I feel for you in that respect because I try to make connections with kids and it's pretty hard to do that if you can't be in contact with them,
Right.
And I get it that we need to like continue to do the social distancing and all of that. It's super important. But when you're like you go and bring a kid food and then you have to like set the food down by their door,
Yep.
knock on the door, step back 6 feet, you're wearing a glove and masks. It's not, it's a tough situation, and I feel for the young people that are out there that are trying to wrap their mind around this. It's difficult.
It's absolutely, we've never done anything like this before, but let me say, we have to do this. This
For
is
sure.
exactly what we
Certainly.
need to do. We need to stay safe. We need to, have you heard of the people out there that think this is a conspiracy for the government to take over?
No, I've never heard anything about that, and Kyle is no longer on Facebook, so.
I can't believe it. It just boggles my mind, Dee.
It is pretty remarkable.
We were just talking earlier about the people that because of all the precautions that we're taking, and the mitigation of the spread, we now have people saying, "I don't even know anybody that's sick. This is bullshit. Like, why do we need to
Exactly.
do this?" And we're like, and we knew this was going to happen. We knew that people were going to react like that. We knew that the very dumbest fucking people that we among us would react like that because they can't draw a fucking line between the steps that we've taken and the and the outcomes thus far,
Yeah,
it's brutal.
This is seventh grade stuff, and actually, it's probably more like fifth grade stuff.
Right.
You know, you need antibiotics for, bacteria.
Oh my
You
God.
need-
Did you see the thing? Oh wait, I think you posted it.
I posted it
Oh.
because I lost my mind. If our leader of our country doesn't know the difference between a bacteria and a virus, an antidote and a vaccine, we're hopeless. I mean,
Well, but our
Again,
brother doesn't know the difference between an antidote and a
seventh
vaccine.
grade. Well,
But then
and-
again, right.
and
Yep.
there's no cure for stupid. So,
That is so. The answer was that is fatal. Then that's just
but
You
just
can't-
that.
you can't get a
That's basic
vaccine for
information.
stupid. I get such. I try not to weigh in on his stuff, but I get a real kick out of it when you do, and then I can't stop.
I can't stop sometimes. I just, but I mean, this is our, editor or chief, running the show, not knowing the difference about just basic seventh grade science. It's just sad.
I've seen people taking a lot of shots at Governor Walz lately, who I think has done a spectacular job.
Oh my God! And did you hear his State of the State address? I was in tears, and you know me, I am not an emotional person. That was awesome.
Are you sure
He's
we're
one of-
blood related?
I don't. Yeah, no. Oh my God!
You're not?
You guys crying in movies is I've credited one movie, and that was Hacksaw Ridge because that's a true story.
So
Other than that, I'm
I-
not a crier.
I met the other night. I told the story last week, I think, but we were laying in bed watching True Blood, and she's on her phone, like looking at something, and she started like sniffling, like, and I was like, "Are you fucking crying?" She's like, "Yeah, don't worry about it." I was like, "Okay, whatever." And then afterward, I'm like, "What's going on?" And she's like, "Oh, I was just reading the State of the State address," and I was like, "And it made you fucking cry?" And so she read it to me. I didn't do well. And you know me, I never cry. Never.
And he's an educator. He's a teacher. That he's got a teacher background, and that's he's coming from my team. But yeah, it was absolutely. He's doing a fabulous job. He's trying, and especially with the schools when we were when he was deciding whether or not to close schools and stuff, he came out with both sides. I see this side, and and then he had this information, and he was telling people this is a hard decision. It's just the way he's doing what he's doing. I think is helping a ton.
I do too. I've been really enjoying the press conferences where he's surrounded by just a great team. The other day he got into it a little bit with one of the reporters. Did you hear that one where the guy was like basically saying, don't you think you're overreacting with these models?
Yeah.
And he was like, "Listen, motherfucker, do you think I want to fucking like shut this economy down based on nothing? I have the best fucking people in the world around me.
Right.
You want to
Yeah.
step outside?" He didn't say any of that, but
He didn't into that.
definitely should have.
But
Yeah.
you could read it in his facial expressions.
Oh,
That's exactly what he was thinking.
He came across. But I like it. Yeah. I've been pretty proud. But that was by far the best state of the. That was by far the best political address I've ever heard.
I agree. He
Yeah.
should be running. We should be, Minnesota always has strong presidential candidates. So
Yeah, the only one that I think maybe affected me a little more emotionally, or maybe it was the same though, but I think partially it was when Obama after Sandy Hook, that when he did that address. I mean, I was pretty
Yeah,
emotional,
that was
but
a good
he got emotional, and I was
Yep.
yeah, it's pretty cool. Well, awesome. Anything else you wanna talk about? How is St. Cloud?
What? Do we? Oh, nobody. Okay, so funny story. You go to the grocery store. Everybody's wearing masks. Everybody's staying there 6 feet away.
And you go to
then-
Walmart, and
and
like
then you
everybody's
go
just
to
climbing
Walmart.
all over each other.
Licking each other's face. It's a zoo. We could have done this early on when we did 2 weeks and everybody stayed home. We would have had this taken care of. But this is going to drag on for months and months and months because people just do not get it. They just don't get it.
We just, between this phone call and the call before that, we were, Kyle just basically said the same thing. Like, he goes to the grocery store, he's fine, goes to Walmart, and he's like, I need to carry a stick.
It's just brutal, I mean, and it's, Brainerd, there's some stuff, there's some things on my list that I can only get there.
Right. That's the only
And-
reason I'm going there. Yep.
You know, and it's so damn infuriating. Like, I don't even like, you know, to talk like this or think like this, but I just like, I want to yell at people and be like, 2 shotgun lengths away. Keep that shit in mind, because this is the last time you're going to see me in this store unarmed. Oh man.
Yeah, and since I need a new knee, so I get to ride one of those fancy scooters, so that keeps people, you know, at least a somewhat distance from me. But
Especially if you build up a good head of steam, you know, if you're going fast enough, they'll stay further away.
We should mod one up for you with like the blades on the wheels and shit.
We'll
Yeah,
road warrior
yeah.
that shit.
I'm gonna
trick it out.
fucking road wire that shit. I'm onto that. I got it. I'm gonna start building tonight. Yeah, it is crazy down there though, huh?
Yeah, it is. And you said, is there anything else I want to add? I do want to add that you guys are doing a phenomenal job. Thanks for keeping us laughing. Thanks for, you know, just being there, something to look forward to. So
Well,
I appreciate what you do.
we appreciate your ability to endure our stupidity and continually correct us.
And keep us somewhat connected to the real world and factual evidence.
I allow myself only one fact check per episode. So just know I have 5 or 6 others.
We like it. We want to know.
So we could keep a whole team busy, really.
Dude, I don't need to, like, I don't want to look up who the actor who played Archer is. I want to be told who it is. That's what I want. I don't.
or when people domesticated dogs and things like that. That's
Yeah.
In the future, we may, like, I finally figured out this tube technology where I can make a phone call now.
Yep.
Yeah, I've never made a phone call before, apparently. But, yeah, in the future, if we're really stuck, we might have to call you. So,
Sounds good.
all right. Sounds
You guys
good.
enjoy yourselves. Thanks for
Yeah,
having
you too.
me on.
Thanks, I love
thanks.
you.
Yeah, love you too.
Bye. Okay, next up, we're going to give my friend Carla a call. She's the one who made the masks for us last week, and she's doing a bunch of really cool stuff. So we'll see if she's out there.
Hey there.
Hey, Carla, how you doing?
Good. How about you?
I'm doing good. Here with Kyle.
hello.
So I just wanted to check in with you. How are you doing with all this crazy shit?
Well, hanging in there, trying to keep up with demand.
Yeah, it's weird because you're actually kind of crazy busy with all of this stuff.
Yeah, it is kind of weird because
Because
Yeah, we are
everybody
not
else is sitting
shut
on their
down at
hands.
all.
Everybody else is sitting on their
Yeah.
hands trying to figure out what to do, and you're out there just making crazy fabric and like going crazy with it.
yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. So has that been good? Like, are a lot of people getting involved with your mask making project?
Yeah, we probably have. Well, when I first started this, I had people pick up kits and sign their name, and I could keep track of that. And I had well over 100 names, and then I kind of lost track of it. But I know that we've got a lot of repeat women coming back, and they pick up kits, they take them home, they sew them, they bring them back. But we're getting new people all the time because people are seeing what we're doing on Facebook, and they want to get involved. And
Right.
It's pretty cool.
I gotta say, your masks are fucking amazing. They're like
They're deluxe, aren't they?
they're deluxe. It's like no, I don't want no white trash mask. Give me that cherry wood mask, bitch.
They are impressive.
That fabric,
yeah,
it's like
they're top notch.
they are. And then I found a little pocket inside of there so you can put a tampon in there or whatever. That's what it's for, right? It's
Yeah.
a tampon pocket.
Well, yeah, you could, or a couple bucks or
Change,
whatever
yeah.
you need.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea because you definitely want your money right next to your face this time.
Yeah.
Kyle's got
Yeah,
the
so there's no
COVID.
germs
He's over
there.
here coughing his brains
Oh,
out.
great.
No, he doesn't. He's
Yeah.
fine.
Well, he better be wearing his mask because it'll capture all those,
Right. You're
stuff
wearing it
flying
for
out of his
me,
mouth.
not
I,
for you.
I feel like a leper everywhere I go. Anyway, so I sleep with a CPAP machine, and
Yeah.
so I breathe water vapor all night. So ever since I started doing using that thing, I cough. I cough a lot.
Oh. Yeah.
But nowadays, if I cough and I'm out in public, I'm like, people like look at you, and I'm like, oh no, because and I know they do it
like,
because I
stay
do
away.
it too.
So, Carla, pre-COVID, you had a lot of like really interesting, crazy shit going on, and I don't think very many people in this town even know what you guys do out there. So you own Cherrywood Fabrics. Is that what it's called?
And it's hand-dyed fabric.
Yep.
So what we do is we take basically white fabric. It's 100% cotton, and it's a higher quality muslin. Muslin's not really a word that a lot of people know, but
muslin.
muslin.
So they
and
like Barack Obama.
yeah. So you get some Barack Obama fabric.
Sorry.
No, that's
muslin
that's
with the
that's
N
black
on the
fabric.
end.
This is white fabric. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
so
Done
then
with the racial jokes.
We have to wash it, and the dyeing process takes about 5 hours, and then after we dye it, we wash it again and again, and we dry it. And I have actually I have 4 women who work from home, and they come and pick up the fabric, and they take it home and they press it up, and they're my quality control. So every single piece of fabric that comes out of here has been looked at both sides, and that's just unheard of. 'Cause
So
usually
what
you buy something
exactly
and you don't know what you get.
what exactly is in this dye? Like the exact ingredients.
Well, it's called Procyon dye.
Oh, I thought you was going to tell me to go fuck
Procyon.
myself. Because it's a secret, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm using the same kind of stuff that most people know about who dye fabric, but it's the way that I'm doing it. It's our special technique, and a few little tricks that is proprietary, so we don't share much more than that.
Well,
But-
because the fabric itself, when it comes out, it doesn't. It looks like suede. It's got this like weird, kind of cool texture, and it's like different than
and
regular fabric.
That's the technique, because somebody else could take the same materials that we have and hopefully not come up with what we do, because as far as I know, we're the only ones out there that make it. It's solid color, so it's like, okay, that's blue, but it also has some kind of variations in it, and that kind of texture makes it look like suede or wool or flannel or leather. So it's kind of fun. We trick a lot of people.
And then you also
think it-
have done a bunch of like weird, like, is the right word contests or?
Yeah. Yep, they're contests. And it's open up to everybody. So, I'm getting mostly quilters, art quilters, and we're starting to draw some more different kind of artists like painters and sculptors. And
Kyle's
the
looking
idea
like, what
is-
the fuck are you talking about?
Well, yeah. Tell me more about the contest.
Well, I pick a theme every year, and then I pick a color. So, like, my first color was lime green, and the theme was Wicked on Broadway. So everybody starts with the same set of rules, which is basically you make the same size small quilts. These are little tiny. They're not really quilts. Of course, you don't put them on your bed. These are like pieces of art. So everybody starts with the same exact green fabric, and they have the same theme and the same size, and then we see what people can come up with. And it's really cool because obviously everybody has their own personal story or interpretation. And so I've done it 5 years in a row now.
So-
and we've done a couple of Broadway plays, and
Wasn't
these
the
quilts have
last
traveled
one?
all over the world.
Wasn't the last?
Princess Diana.
Oh.
Princess Diana's the current one.
Oh, what was the one you did? Prince though.
Yep, we did Prince a couple years ago, and of course that was purple.
That one.
And last year we
was
did
crazy
Oh,
good.
that was gorgeous, yeah. And then last year we did Bob Ross, a happy little painter from Public
right.
City.
Yes.
So cool. So we have a lot of big afros and squirrels and chipmunks and that kind of thing.
So is there some place somebody could go and like check this shit out?
Well, before COVID-19 hit, these travel around to different venues, like trade shows that we go to, quilt shows, some art galleries, museums, that kind of thing. And we have so many people participating that we have to, it's a jury process to get in, because we're getting like 450 entries, which is, phenomenal. So we can only keep about half of those. And then we send them all over the country, and sometimes they go overseas and they're displayed. And this June, if things work out, many of the Bob Ross quilts will be hanging at the Crossing Arts Alliance in downtown.
Oh, great.
So, yeah, we're hoping that they can get opened up before that so that we can show them off, because you have to see them to believe them, because, like I said, these are not quilts. These aren't like, Granny cuts up little pieces of shirts and sew it back together. This is like thread painting and textures, and some people paint and beading, and this is stuff that you see hanging in the art gallery.
Yeah,
that's where it belongs.
I've seen many of them. They're really great. I thought the Prince one was awesome.
Yeah, that was fun. We had a party at the Crossing, and we were playing Prince music, and pretty cool.
I know at one point you were talking about a coffee table book. Is that still in the works, or?
Yeah, so for every contest, we published a coffee table book that shows all of the quilts that we chose to travel. So these books are, about 200 pages, and each quilt gets its own page, and you see that people from all over the world are participating in this, and they have a little artist statement, and I do all the graphic design and publishing, and my husband does all the photography, so those are all available at Cherrywood.
Awesome. Well, when this stuff gets over, when we're able to not have to be 6 feet apart, we definitely need to have you come on and show us some of these things. And
or we go on location or something.
We'll come out to Cherrywood, because that place is great. People don't even if you don't know, and don't go visit them right now unless you're going to go pick up some material for masks.
Yeah,
which you can. You can come and get material for masks, but they're right on College Road is what it is, right? So it's on your way to Walmart. And if you're going to go to Walmart, make sure you're wearing one of those Cherrywood masks, because my God, it's a shit show in there. But it's right on College Road, and they have a big warehouse there, and it's beautiful in there. You guys did an awesome job. It's great.
Yeah, we just did some remodeling and repainting, and we have this beautiful showroom that I was going to open up to the world in March, but all of our product is on display, and the other thing is I design patterns to go with the fabric. So we've got it all here, and there's every color under the rainbow, and it's just fun to get inspired. So you can come visit us once we are allowed to do that.
And also,
we can even give tours. We actually give little tours, so you can kind of see the behind the scenes, which blows people away.
And also, you're always looking for top-loading, agitating washers. Correct?
Yes, I am.
So if anybody out there has a top-loading, agitating washer that's in good shape, works good, but wants to get rid of it real cheap, let you know. Let us know.
And sometimes we will come and get it. I'll hook up my trailer, and I got my husband. He'll bring it out of the basement or whatever. But just those old-fashioned Whirlpool or Maytag, those Hardy washing machines, I'm always looking for those.
Because it's always fun to drag a washing machine out of a basement.
Right.
Yeah, it's great.
It's a good time.
Poor John.
I have 18 washing machines here, so I pretty much look like a laundromat.
And you burn them up, right? That's why you are always looking for them, because you're using them constantly.
Yeah, we use them until they die, and then we go pick up another one.
Right. Awesome. Well, we'll be getting you a bunch of washing machines. So
cool.
Anything else you want to talk about?
No, I think that kind of covers it. I know that people have seen my sign. We've been here about 5 years, and people drive by and see this beautiful sign, but I know that most people don't know what we do. So
yeah, well, I think part of it, and I mean, that place is great, because I know that you used to operate out of an old house, and you did a good job there, but now you have a nice big facility. But out there on College Road, it kind of seems like it's an industrial place. It's not a place you'd stop and shop, you know?
Right.
But
Right. So that's why I want to kind of promote the showroom
For sure.
this summer when we open up.
and just
Because most of our business is our website. That's like half of our business.
right.
So most people in Brainerd don't know about us. I mean, if you're a quilter, you do, but
Right.
you know, we're more well known around the country.
Right. I know it's kind of interesting. And I know you travel all over the place.
Yes, I do.
Not
I
anymore.
did.
You used to.
Yeah. Yep.
And then just one more time on the masks. If people are interested in picking up a kit to make 8 masks, they can go to cherrywoodfabrics.com, correct?
Correct.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I got the
you
website
can
right.
purchase it there, and then we will have it sitting just inside the door here, hopefully the next day, so they can come pick it up. And you can also go to cherrywoodfabrics.com and donate if you're not a seamstress or you're not interested in sewing, but you're interested in helping out. You can donate to my GoFundMe campaign. So
And then that will
means that
provide a
provide fabric.
masks or mask material for somebody else who wants to sew but isn't able to
Yeah.
keep putting
Yep.
money into the deal.
'Cause
Yeah.
people are running out of fabric. People are using up their stash, so
Right.
they appreciate
we
getting
we
nice
just
quality fabric.
we just got off the phone with my sister who is sewing a bunch of. She's a she's a teacher in St. Cloud, but she's always been into sewing. Is it called a seamstress? Is that what they are? A seamstress?
Seamstress, but okay, now the new word is sewist, like
A sewist?
SEWIST.
I like that better because it's not gender
Sewist.
specific, right? Because I don't want to
Right.
be called
Seamstress
a seamstress,
sounds like-
and I want.
Right.
I wouldn't consider
You're a
myself
sewist.
I'm a sewist.
Kind of like an artist, you're a sewist.
Yeah. Or actually, I think artist works too. But yeah, she's just making up a bunch of masks down there because she's like, I'm getting rid of all my old material. So
Yeah.
but
Once you
people
get
are
into a
burning
rhythm,
through it.
You can really crank them out.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm trying to get some done for the Brainerd Public Police Department that match their uniforms. So that's
Oh,
my
really?
current project.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Are you sewing them or are you sending them out to sell?
No, I'm sewing those myself.
You are. Oh, very cool. Cool. Well, Carla, always good to talk to you. We will talk again very
Well,
soon.
thanks for calling.
Well, you're welcome.
All right,
thanks for
thanks.
answering. All right. Talk to you soon.
We will.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye. All right, guys. The last person we have on our list today is a guy named Adrian Washington, and we had him on a while ago. He
Came
was-
up with Tony Brown.
Yeah, he came up with Tony Brown. He was kind of a surprise guest, and he's a comedian in St. Cloud, and it was just so much fun talking to him. And so let's give him a ring, see what he's up to.
Hello,
Hello, is this Adrian?
this is.
Hey, Adrian, it's
Hey,
Matt
how you doing,
Taylor
man?
and Kyle Amundsen. How you
How
doing?
y'all doing, man?
Doing good. We're doing good. How are you doing?
I'm hanging in there, bro. Not too bad, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, bored out of my mind some
I-
days, but other than that,
Yeah, man. Can't do any shows with everything all shut down, I suppose. Man.
yeah, I can't, like, none. And, I've been asked to do, like, a couple of, like, shows online and stuff. I can't do it, bro.
No, that's got to be difficult. Though I have been watching your live, your Facebook Live things. And
Okay.
God, that shit cracks me up. Because
I appreciate it,
'cause
man. Thank you.
you get to people say shit, and then you see them. I see them say it, and then you respond
Yeah.
to it, and it's about as close to doing a stand-up thing as you can do in that environment.
I agree. To me, I'd rather do that than set up a mic in my living room and just be like, all right, here we go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Here's some funny
I've
shit.
seen people do it. But I'm just like, there ain't no way I'm doing that shit.
Yeah, I was listening to Joe Rogan the other day too, and he was saying that no, like he's had the same people saying like, oh, you should do a special and put it out there. He's like, without a fucking audience, That
Right.
no.
Right.
Yeah, you kind of.
Yeah,
it
it's-
seems like you need some of that feedback. You need like the little chemistry.
Well,
you know,
and-
you need.
Especially for me, man. Like I don't have jokes. You know what I mean? Like I kind of see what the audience gives me, and I kind of shoot from the hip on that. But comedy is that immediate reaction. That's why most of us do it if we plan on being funny. You know what I mean?
Right.
You don't do it and be like, everybody be quiet to the end of the show and then you can all laugh.
Right.
At the end.
Sure.
It's
And I
not
mean-
a goddamn graduation. You know what I'm saying? So
It's like a monologue. I mean, like I think
Right.
there are some comedians, you know, like George Carlin maybe, where I could just
Yeah.
I could listen to him just talk, you know, do his thing.
Right.
But he was
I feel the same way about Chappelle. Like he can just talk. You
yeah,
gotta-
but I don't think Chappelle would be. I think he needs that audience too, though, don't you?
I don't think so because I've heard him talk, and to me, and maybe it's just me. He's intriguing enough to me where honestly he ain't got to say shit. He can just sit there and smoke a cigarette. I'm gonna watch him.
Yeah, but like, yeah, Dave Chappelle, like even if it's not necessarily funny, like I still
Yeah.
am interested enough by what he has to say
Right.
that you know.
Because there's certain people too. Like I'm one of those people. Like no matter how serious of a conversation I have, for the most part, there's gonna be a joke in there somewhere just to kind of
Right
break
on.
it up from the. You know what I'm saying? Like if
Right.
you're naturally funny, you can't go without being funny. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But I mean,
That's not,
but when you don't have any but that's in a conversation. If you're just sitting there trying to like, you know, looking at a camera,
Right.
going like, okay, my first joke tonight is, you know, yeah.
Sure.
right. You're just sitting there like joke one.
Yeah. That would be hard. And
Yeah.
you can't gauge how you're doing, so you can't get a feel for the crowd. You can't see what
Yeah,
they're loving.
man.
You know, shit. That would
And
be
like
tough.
like I tell people, I've seen people suck in front of a full crowd, so I can't imagine how much it sucks when there ain't no crowd.
When you have no idea what direction to take it in. Yeah.
Right, that's got to be tough, man. Plus, you know, like comedy's a thing you kind of have a certain confidence for, man. If you don't know people are laughing, that'll tug at your ego a little bit. I know it wouldn't mind,
Right. Yeah, for sure.
you know. And a lot of people haven't been doing it long enough to even experience that. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
It takes the average person probably 8 to 10 years to even figure out what kind of comedian you want to be, like who you are as a comic. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
So, but I think with boredom and people know everybody's just sitting in front of a computer or on their phone, everybody's like, fuck it, just put it out there.
Yeah.
But I can't do it. I got my album coming out. I should probably have them at the end of this week, and I'm going to just kind of push that.
Oh, well, that's great. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll
that's
keep my
plan.
eye out for that. Well, I'll put a link to that up on the Spitballing website. So before all this
That's-
shit happened, you did finally get to come up to this area, right, and do a show?
Oh yeah, I did, man. I did. We had tickets sold for the second one. I had to refund everybody their money back.
Oh, that sucks. Where did you end
Yeah,
up?
but-
Where did you end up playing at?
I'm at Northern Cowboy.
Okay, okay, yeah.
Man, I got a quick story about that. So I remember I told Tony when he first asked me about places up here, the bar that I work at, I told him, no, that's not something we'd ever done. You know, like I'm not even going to ask because they wouldn't be interested. You know, like they've
Right.
never had one. I've worked there for 10 years. We've never had a comic. So not only did they book a comedy show, like unbeknownst to me, they did it the same damn night.
Same night. So that's Zorba's, right?
Man, yeah. And I was like, are you kidding me? Now I'm a huge asshole.
But
Right.
Adrian, if it makes you feel any better, apparently not that great.
Well, you know.
What? Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I knew it wouldn't be because I knew who they had.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
You know,
they had some fans there and they enjoyed it. I myself did not love it.
But I heard your show went fucking great.
I heard that too.
It was off the chain, bro. Like it was so dope. Like it sold out that Thursday night before. We were there that Saturday night, and it sold out. Every ticket in the house sold. There was people, and it's weird because the owner Brian, he didn't know how. It was his first time doing it, so I was kind of coaching him through it too. and he was like, I don't know how, I'm gonna go about it. I don't know if I'm gonna have food there or whatever. I was like, well, you got a hole upstairs. So people are gonna show up early. One, it's first come, first serve. So everybody wants to make sure they get a good seat. And I said, so they will show up early and eat and drink. And by the time I got there, man, his upstairs was full. And then people saw us walk in and set up, so then they kind of started coming downstairs. We literally had to lock the door downstairs so people weren't coming in. And I had heard about, I think Brian might have even been one who told me, I heard about the other show, because I got some friends up in Brandon too.
Sure, yeah.
Along with you guys, you know what I mean? So I heard about it too, but then when I saw what they had, I'm like, I've been doing this long enough to know, like, I brought for $10, I brought these guys two of the best comics in Minnesota. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yep.
And it was just fucking phenomenal. Everybody loved it. I still see people. I bumped into a girl in Target here where I live in St. Cloud. She was just like, oh my gosh. I was like, yeah. And it's funny because my wife and kids were with me.
You said, stand back 6 feet, bitch.
And I was like, you want to say what you're going to say before you fucking get me in trouble? And she goes, oh my gosh. She goes, you're that comic. You're Adrian from We Saw You in Brainerd. And I was just like, yeah, thank you. And I had another one. So we were going to do another one March 28th. And I had 40 tickets sold for that one already before this all happened. Wow. So then I just refunded all those people their money back through Eventbrite. But yeah, it was fun, man. It was a lot of fun.
Well,
Man.
it's going to
we
pass.
Had
We'll be there.
standing room only.
Cool, man. Glad that worked out
Yeah.
well.
So
It
in the
was really good.
future, when you book gigs in the Brainerd Lakes area, you're going to need to book them on a Friday, because Saturdays just don't work for me. All right? No,
Well, I got about 120 other people that beg to differ, so you're going to really
Well,
have to...
who you got to ask
really have
yourself,
to convince me
Adrian,
on that.
who matters in this situation? It is obviously Matt fucking Taylor. All right. So, no, I'll definitely keep an eye out for when you come back up, and we definitely want to try.
Excited about the album.
And I'm really excited about what's the album called.
Cut from a different cloth.
Very cool. Very cool. And where
Yeah,
will it
cut
be
from a different
available?
cloth. I was going to put it on streaming services, man, but gosh, they rip you off.
Yeah.
You know
They
what I
do.
mean? Like I was so excited to put it on Spotify and all this stuff, like along with my podcast.
Yeah, I
But
think
I'm
you
like-
want to. I from what I understand, what you probably want to do, like from a bunch of musicians that I've talked to, is you want to do a release of it, and then
Yeah.
let it run until you kind of sell out to all the people you know, and then go
Yeah.
ahead and put it on the streaming services, because fucking who cares at that point? Okay, you're only going to make 8 cents.
And
an
that's
album,
what I
but-
said. So I ordered physical CDs of the album because I had some dope artwork done, and I ordered download copies
Right.
or download cards. So whether you want a download card where you can just put it on your phone or your computer or whatever, or if you want, there's a lot of people who still don't mind having like a CD.
Yeah.
So, especially the older generation, they'd rather have a CD. They don't want to have to try to download no shit. So I got both options coming, and I should have them by this weekend, man. So I'm going to honestly just go back to what I've always done and just sell them myself. Like everything I've sold
and
in my
at
life.
and at shows too. It's a good place to sell them too. Is at shows.
Yeah, man. So everything I've done it out of the trunk of my car, man. Like my shirts, my hoodies, my DVDs. Like I've never went through anybody and sold any of that
Back
stuff.
when you
I
were
get it
like
to the people.
back when you were dealing
You know?
weed.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, and you don't have to weigh a CD.
Yeah, the shipping on the CD ain't bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if they want the card. I can probably just text them the card code.
Do you are you going to have them available on your website?
I will. That it won't be available on my website right away though. That's one of my next month projects.
Okay.
I'm gonna just be happy getting them because I know I got 50 copies sold the day I get them.
Good.
Cool.
Good, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got 50 copies sold the day I get them, man. So if I can get them to the people personally, I'd rather do that. Because even if it goes through my website, I'm still the one that's got to get it out to you. But this
Right.
way, I can kind of keep up with it. And the reason I got them both is I want to find out which one sells better, which one people prefer. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So it's my first time having a CD and a download card. So I just want to figure out, is it worth having both of them, or do people just rather have the card, or do people rather have the CD? It's the same price, you know what I mean? So,
Right.
But yeah, I'm excited about it. And I ain't got time. I ain't got shit else to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I can. I have absolutely nothing else to do, man. Get on my wife and kids' nerves. That's about it.
Yeah, I know. We were talking about that earlier about how it's like, you know, everybody's kind of starving for social interactions, but they're like intimate interactions are like getting. It's like a little too much. You're gonna need to back the fuck off.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like my life. That's what I tell people. I said, man, this is peace of mind for me. Like, I'm an extrovert, man. Like, I need to, you know what I'm saying? I need to talk to people. I need to be able to say thank you. I need to be able to shake hands. And, you know, that's what's hard about, like, all this now, because from the day I've been doing comedy 16 years, man, and from the first time I ever did comedy, every time I would get done with a show, when I'm off stage, everybody that's still there, I go around and shake every person's hand in that place and thank them for laughing. You know what I'm
So
saying?
you're the reason that this COVID-19 is all over the place, you son of a bitch.
I think they would have got it a long time ago if I was the reason.
So we were talking earlier to my sister who lives in St. Cloud, and she was saying that going to the Walmart's pretty crazy down there. What's your experience been like? How you think people are doing what they're supposed to do? And
I don't. You know what's crazy, man? I've been avoiding it because, like, there's a St. Cloud one and then there's a Sartell one. The one in St. Cloud's rougher for sure.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It'd be the one that would be definitely more hood than the other one. As a matter of fact, I got a joke. I always tell people from Sartell, if you got a problem with your Walmart, just come sit in the parking lot of the one in St. Cloud, and I guarantee you get your ass back out to Sartell.
Man, years ago when I was opening, before we opened my restaurant, the Sunshine Kitchen Moonshine Lounge, me and my partner drove all the way out to Chicago to do a seminar with that guy from TV, the bar rescue guy. You know, that guy was? Yeah, and John Tafford. And we met him and everything was pretty cool. And then we were gonna we were broke, you know, we're starting a restaurant. So we drove out there, we did the thing, and then we were gonna sleep in the Walmart parking lot outside of Chicago.
Bad move.
Fucking yeah. So we pull into this Walmart. It's like 9:00 at night, and I'm like, are they closing up? You know, like they fucking closed.
Right.
I was like, well, that's weird. Okay, no problem. I mean, I guess we can still park here. I guess it's fine. So I went to sleep maybe midnight. By like 12:30, the gunshots started. I was like, fuck it, I'm going home. I got up and I drove 18 hours back. I was like, fuck this. So, yeah.
Yeah, it don't take much. That's what I always tell people, man. I said, hey, you got to know, man, it don't have to rain for me to know it's about to rain. There's signs that let you know some shit's about to happen, you know? And traveling and doing shows, and, you know, there's been plenty of times I got off stage, people like, hey, man, come over here with us. I'm like, nah, I'm going to stay my ass right here. I can see my car in my hotel from here. So. Like, you want to hang out here? We can hang out here, but I ain't going down the road with you because that just don't seem right. I don't know who like you or don't like you. Or if shit goes wrong, they're going to be like, well, he tried to rob us. We had to kill him. And ain't nobody there to tell my story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, there's so many musician friends of mine have lived that life where they've just like go to a place and play and then end up crashing wherever, and it's like, man, I just knew.
Yeah, man.
No.
Steve-O was one of those. I remember when I brought Steve-O here, he was telling me this story about he was somewhere performing, man, him and his road manager, and his agent forgot to get them a rental car, so there was like no rental cars. And he literally went on like he went on some social media, and he was like, hey, whoever shows up here first to pick us up, we're going to spend a night at your house. So some crazy motherfuckers picked them up in like a pickup truck, and they didn't even, like, they got in the back of the pickup truck and like got on the freeway.
And they're
he
like,
had videos.
They're like,
and they just slept on some strange dude's couch, man.
And the person who responds to that is like, let's go pick up the jackass guy. I mean, like, it's like, who?
It's never the people,
that's like self-selecting.
It's never the people you want.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
it's never the people like, hey, I'm here to pick you up. You're like, oh yeah, you look trustworthy. It's always like, what the fuck were we thinking?
We meant
shit.
the fourth person.
Right.
That's awesome.
Like we
yeah,
were looking
I'm
for
just-
somebody that
I'm
thinks the
not-
idea sounds terrible.
Right.
Yeah. Especially when you're Steve-O, because it's like you're already famous for doing a lot of crazy dumb shit. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can't imagine oh, I wonder if he wants a fucking toothbrush in his asshole.
Right.
You know?
Right. I'm like, we're gonna put a rocket in your ass tonight. It's like, nah. That's with them days over. They're like, nah, that's why we picked you up. You know what I'm saying?
You thought those days were over.
Shit.
You about to relive? You about to relapse tonight?
God, Adrian, you cracked me up, motherfucker. When you next time, once this shit's all over, and you get booked up here again, we'd really like to have you come back up on the show and promote that show and get it going.
I'd love to do it, man. I'm gonna be honest. I was a little disappointed I ain't seen neither one of y'all at the show.
Oh,
Now I
man.
understand.
You had it on a fucking Saturday. God damn it, it's tough.
See, now I understand your reason, and I also know Kyle's reason. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he had to work. He had to work some other shitty comedy show.
Man. Yeah.
No,
I
I was.
even told the people at my show. I said, I don't even know what's going on at that show. I said, but I guarantee you guys are at the better one. And
Oh man.
they
You know
lost
what?
this shit. It was fun, man. It was so.
I probably
so much
know a
fun.
dozen people that went to your show, and everybody who went said that it was
I've
fucking
heard nothing but
hilarious,
good
so.
things.
And I was like, well, what'd
I
you expect?
appreciate
The
it.
motherfucker is hilarious. So
Right?
awesome. Well,
Yeah, I'd love to get back up there
Yeah.
when this is all over, man. So
yeah,
thank
let's do
y'all
it.
for calling me and checking on me, man, and including me in this. And
Yeah.
I really appreciate it. I
Well,
really do.
Thank you, and you stay safe, and I hope your family stays safe, and we'll get through this soon.
Hey, we will, man. And when we do, we're gonna fucking do it. Like now, we know it can be taken away from us. So there's like fucking, we just balls to the wall.
Yeah.
You know what? Do you think that's true? Because I think so too. Like everybody's talking about how like they think like the afterward, the ramifications of this, people are gonna continue to distance, and I'm like, bitch, I ain't
No.
had a hug in like 7 weeks. All right, so
Right.
like I think I'm
Nah,
gonna
man.
just be like, licking strangers' faces after this for sure.
And that's the thing. People are just so, you know what I'm saying? Like
Starved
I
for
think for the
attention.
longest, it's weird because it's almost like a reset button, and it's shit we took for granted. You always thought like, there's so many nights you're like, nah, we ain't got to go out this night. We can go out anytime we want.
Right.
And now you know that that's not true.
Absolutely.
Like motherfuckers can literally stop you, and it wasn't like it was a week. It wasn't like it was a month. Like this is a long time.
Yeah.
So I think people are gonna realize, like, take fucking advantage. I think people are gonna take trips more. I think people are gonna do everything more because now it can be taken away from you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know
For
it
sure.
can happen. I don't think none of us, as long as we've been alive, we never thought that we wouldn't be able to do the shit that we did every week.
That and people are going to keep more toilet paper around.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah,
I think,
so I think
I think the
I
party's going to be
know-
off the hook.
Yeah, I think I know for me personally, I already told my family when this shit's over, I'm gonna be gone. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? I told my wife, I said, I want you to come to everything you can with me. I said, but man, I'm there's no stage I'm turning down after this. Not that I did a lot before, but I posted something on my comment page the other day. I said, I'm gonna come out of this funnier. I said, and it's not because I didn't take it for granted before, but now I know it can be taken away from me. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
I didn't have a plan B. I worked my ass off to get to the point I'm at now and to do this for a living. Like, this is what I want to die doing. And now I can't, like, you know what I mean? You work your ass off to get to it. And, like, literally everything I did for money, I can't do any of that now.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've
You know
talked
what I'm
to
saying?
three people today other than that, like, are in that exact situation where they're like, I mean, right now we're sitting in our friend's bar who, like, they all they have is a bar. They don't even serve food, and
Yeah.
it's like,
Yep.
he's like, everything stopped that day. And then we talked
Yep.
to another friend of ours who's a hairdresser, has a salon, and
Yeah.
no income. And it's like, that's tough, man. It's tough.
Yeah, just a screeching
Yeah.
halt.
And what's the toughest is, like, it's not like they're like, all right, you can come back in July. Or you can come back in June. It's like, you don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
On a fucking,
'Cause-
on a weekly basis, you're just hoping they say something you want to hear.
Right. I mean,
But you're almost like me. From the moment they said it, I just put everything in a 2-month perspective anyway.
Right. Right.
Because I know they're gonna tell you, they're gonna keep on fucking telling you what they want you to hear. And
Well,
they're
and it's
keep
gonna
on pushing
and
it
it's
out.
gonna take a while.
Like if the numbers aren't going down, as long as the numbers keep going up, they're gonna keep pushing shit back.
Right. And I mean, we want people to stay safe, but it's definitely definitely a hit to the livelihood and also just, to life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause
I thank God.
right
that,
now we need to laugh,
Oh my gosh. I was telling somebody, I think I was talking to the unemployment guy, because now as a self-employed person, you can file for unemployment. I was talking to the guy, and he asked me what I did, and I said, I'm a comedian. He's like, oh my gosh, we need you right now. I was like, I need y'all right now. I know you're going to laugh at every fucking thing now because you ain't been nowhere.
Right. Right. Right.
So, man, I appreciate it, man. I hope you guys stay healthy, stay safe, man, and
yeah,
I'll see you down the road. I'll definitely. I didn't work this hard to only get here. You know what I'm saying? So
sure.
as soon as it comes back, I'm ready, man. They can tell me fucking the morning of, and I'll put a show on that night. I don't give a shit.
Awesome, Adrian. Well, you stay safe, and we'll talk very soon.
Thanks very much.
All right, have a good one, guys. I appreciate it.
All right, thanks, man.
Yep, thank you.
Bye. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was spitballing for you this time. Thanks for tuning in. We're probably going to continue to do this a little bit in the future.
Yeah, this might be a recurring thing. Just getting in touch with our friends, seeing how everybody's doing.
We missed a few people on our list that either weren't able to answer or that we just didn't get a chance to reach out to. But if you're interested in talking to us, shoot us a message, and we'd love to talk to you. And stay safe. Wash your fucking hands. All right. See you next time. So, I guess I might be feeling a little nostalgic. I was digging through my CDs that I've collected through the years, and I found this gem, the one that kind of started it all out. This is the first song ever sang live at the Eclectic Cafe by Lil Angie.
I'm Lil Angie, and I'm from Rapid City, South Dakota. I live in St. Cloud, and I just went back for the rally, the Sturgis rally. That was interesting. This first one's called Today. And outside the snow falls, the cars slip and slide, and I watch from way up here. It seems everything is happening so fast, and how I got this far is still unclear. But if you love me, let me know, and if you don't, walk away, 'cause I don't have time for games today. And every second gone by is time that I waste worrying about the same old shit. And in the morning, when the sun opens my eyes, I realize life is only what you make of it. So don't say you love me if you don't, and if you do, walk away, 'cause I don't have time for games, for love today, 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 and outside the snow falls, and the cars slip and dance that